Okay, so I promised you we're going to load you up with a lot of positive, motivating stories. Now, of course, that we have completed the Do Not Sync series, I feel that I have purged myself of that need to just try to scare away some sort of fair weather sync licensing producers. So for those of you that are still here, this is going to definitely give you a boost of motivation. I hope that's the idea. So this was an email I actually received a month or two before I did the Do Not Sync series, and I couldn't release it because I really wanted to focus on that series. But now that we're done, check out this story. This is such a cool story. So this is an email from Pip. He's 22. He's in the UK. He finished university last year, and he was writing production music towards the end of the second year. Got a few albums with a small library, just kept going. And then 2 years on, he's got his music in 11 libraries, which I'm a little bit concerned about. That's a lot of libraries to be working with. But regardless, that's really amazing that he's just getting in many different places. And he's got major placements across broadcasters in the UK and plenty across Europe and the US. So his royalties have started to build up. First statement was 4, then 130, 630, 1260, okay? And he's waiting his next statement in October. And this is that kind of exponential growth that I definitely saw early in my career in the first couple of years. I shared it with that last video where I was showing you guys the kind of growth of my placements, and now I'm seeing it even go even steeper, which is kind of nuts. So if you do start to see this, it means that something is working well. Okay, now this doesn't continue forever. You don't eventually start earning billions every single quarter. It does sort of level out eventually. But this is usually a sign when somebody tells me this, and I'm like, yep, that sort of mimicked what I saw in my career. It mimicked what a lot of people that I know do this full time, what they started to see. So if you're not seeing these kind of big jumps, it's okay. Maybe it'll take a little longer for you to get there, but this is definitely one of those, so like, am I doing things correctly? This is usually one of those green signs that I want to look for, okay? I've made a considerable amount through upfront fees with larger libraries, which is awesome. And since I've been living with my parents, I've been able to save up and buy a small yacht to live on. That's crazy. And he actually sent us a picture. I'll show it to you guys in a second. That was really, really cool. Looking to move out ASAP and get around to the west coast of Scotland before the winter sets in. Looking to be full-time live abroad while making music with a small portable laptop setup. This was the part that just gave me goosebumps, because it's like, Pip, you're young. You've got so much freedom. I'm assuming you have no family or no kids or anything like that. But you're living your best life as a result of being able to get into sync licensing, like just living on your boat, sailing around, kind of living like a nomad, being productive with your laptop as long as you can access some Wi-Fi signal from here to there, going into a coffee shop to send your files or whatever. This is what this is all about. Okay, so even though there are a lot of downsides and a lot of drags to this business, there's a lot of amazing upside, as you guys can see here. So that was just a really cool thought that he reminded me of, right? I thought uni was, and for the most part, a total scam. Although production music was part of the course, I've learned far more from your YouTube channel. It's been an absolute blessing to have that resource available for free. So thank you so much. Wow, man, that's really cool. I'm honored to hear that. There's some great universities out there. There's some great colleges, but it's true. Like, I went to college. I went to a 4-year degree, studied music, recording arts, and music business. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't talking about the music industry. And in 4 years of all of that education, nobody even mentioned sync licensing to me, never even talked about that this could be something I could get involved with. So some universities, sound like yours, had their finger on the pulse a bit more, that they obviously knew about this. But some, they're still kind of 5 years behind, and they don't really know what's going on, because a lot of professors obviously lose touch with what's happening in the industry. So that's great. The YouTube channel did all that. So I've got more music to be released, pushing off for a big vocal album for Universal before I can move out and set sail. Crazy. And then here is the boat that he was able to purchase. So, and he said, I've contributed to this dream. Absolutely brilliant, man. Honored, man. This is for me gold. This is the biggest payday that I get from Sync My Music and from what I do here on this YouTube channel. So thank you, Pip, for sharing this with us. We really appreciate that. Thank you personally. I appreciate you sharing this information and with your story. And for all of you guys, wherever you go with sync licensing, however far it takes you, I hope you can find some amount of this kind of success. It doesn't necessarily have to be a boat that you're living on, sailing around as a nomad. I know most of you guys have families and obligations, but if it's just giving you that excitement, that motivation for making music, getting, refreshed with your skills, or just staying sort of keeping your fingers on your keyboards and in your DAWs, then that's an amazing payoff as well. So I really hope that you guys are getting something productive and helpful and rewarding out of this industry. Because if you're not, why are we doing this for it, right? There's got to be some sort of a payoff. So I just wanted to share this really quick story with you guys. Thank you so much for watching.